شغلة بسيطة نسيتها وبس. هذه خلينا نكمل. اوكي وين كنا؟ هني. واصل الحلقة الرابعة أظن من آخر جزء من الأجزاء الثلاثة. أحدث شوية فايلات عندي. Okay. Okay, I guess I'm good now. سجل الشات. اوكي نكمل يلا. Well, pal, have you found the evidence yet? The one that's gonna find her innocent? No, not yet. We have only just started our investigation. Well, whatever you need to know, I'll give you the dirt on it. I'm putting out all my other cases for now, pal. I'm sure he's really fired up about this. Oh yeah, one more thing. The retrial's been approved. Court sitting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And Godot's gonna be the prosecutor. Oh, him? Now listen up, pal. If Maggie is found guilty again, yes, I'll make sure you get locked up good for it. Got it? So the guilty party was Maggie Verdi? I'm gonna butcher some names because I'm not familiar with. I'll call it Maggie Verdi for now. Verdi. Huh. Yeah. Back when she was on the police force. You were her mentor when she was a rookie, right? Yeah, I kept a close eye on her. I mean, not too close, you know? Hey, what's with the funny looks, pal? I was just her. It wasn't anything like... Look, sure, I was her boss when she was doing her training. But that was it. Nothing happened. Gumshoe sure is sweating up a storm over nothing. So that's it. Our big old Gumshoe has a little old crush on Maggie. I don't like her or anything. I was her... Note to self. Gossip with Maya about this later. Look, pal, don't tell anyone, okay? You've got to keep it a secret, got it? Sure. And would you mind not guessing what I'm thinking all the time? Hey, tell your face, pal, not me. You'd have to be blind not to see what's on your mind. The victim. So I was wondering, could you fill me in on the victim? Glenn Elg. He was a computer programmer. I see he's a DBZ fan. That scouter he's wearing. I see, a program. He was just a regular Joe working for a small-time computer firm. Maggie never had any contact with the guy before that day. And all she did was take him his coffee on the day of the murder, pal. Yeah, Maggie also claimed that I've never seen the guy before. Did the victim go to the restaurant often? Not according to the chief. To the chef. Said it was the first time he had seen the guy. Programmer and a first-time customer at that. What possible reason could Maggie have had to kill a guy like that? That's what I thought. But a motive was still somehow established in her trial. You're kidding. What was her supposed motive? Sorry, pal, I'm really busy. I haven't even got enough time to sift through these papers. Look into it yourself, okay? What could this motive have been? An investigation. This isn't really a proper investigation. I'm kind of working on it by myself. Oh, that's right. The judge already ruled on the case and all the evidence is in already. The only problem is with Maggie's testimony. Yeah, doesn't sound very good for us, huh? Look, pal, I've got a mountain of paper in this case to look over for tomorrow. So I'm just gonna say this. Maggie Birdie, no liar. She's okay, so she's a bit out there and a bit off base sometimes. But she was a good cop. That's not exactly complimentary, you know. What do you think really happened? Just how contradictory is her testimony? Contradictions. The biggest problem with Maggie's testimony is the number of people at the table. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Maggie still insists there was another guy sitting with the victim. Right, but get this. Everyone else in the place says the guy was alone, even the chef. And then there is that CD. CD? Oh yeah, she did mention something about a CD. And there was a sample CD on the table, sir. But our guys turned that place upside down. There was no CD. What? Not on the table, not anywhere in the whole restaurant, pal. But didn't Maggie say the victim was wearing an earpiece too? Yeah, but that was for the portable radio in the front of the pocket of his hoodie. Radio? He didn't have a CD player. You got it. Your phone never explained that contradiction at all. Come to think of it, the owner of Chris Bean didn't mention that CD either. I don't know why, but I get the feeling Mr. Armstrong's got something to hide. Well, he has some things to hide. أنا أعطي أدلة نشوف شو يقول لك. أنا دوما كل كاركتر أعطيه الباج، أروي الباج مالي أشوف شو يقول. Is that thing real, pal? قام شوف كل جزء أعطيه كل كيس أروي الباج. Why does everyone keep asking me that? I wonder what this phony of yours is like. We had Maggie found guilty of murder. Didn't that tell you? I've got to track this peep down. Magazine clip. I wasn't at the trial myself, but I asked this one detective I know how your defense was. And what did he say? He started off by saying, I'm at complete loss for words, but he must have found some quick because he went on about how bad you were for an hour. But he said you sucked so much it seemed like you were trying to get Maggie found guilty. Looked like I was trying to get Maggie found guilty. Okay. What's that, a sports paper? Yeah, I found it in the magazine rack at Trisbee. It's dated the same day as the murder. You may be into something here. And take a look at this. See this writing here? MC Bomber. Yeah, oh, Bomber, hey. What is it? I've heard that name somewhere before. Yeah, MC Bomber. Oh, wow, he actually seems to be thinking for once. It's no good, I can't remember. And he goes back to being the gumshoe we all know and love. Hey pal, I'm gonna borrow this paper for a bit, okay? I wanna get the handwriting analysis done on this scribble. Handwriting, huh? Would be good to know more about that in any case. Thanks, Val. I bet this will turn out to be an interesting clue. Sports paper given to the detective Gumshoe. Okay. Stop listening. What do you make of this? Sorry, pal. All I can think about is Maggie at the moment. No, I didn't mean it all like that. I meant you don't have to explain, really. Hey, so how come she's not with you today? She's working down at the restaurant right now. Working, huh? Yeah, it's stuff being broke. I wouldn't know. I'm okay. Next time I see her, I'll show her how to make the world's best instant noodles. We low earners have to stick together. It's the only way. Why is he shaking my hand with such enthusiasm? Ah, such an awkward. She cross-examined me once, you know. What Mia did? Yeah, that was us. Big guns locking home. Witness versus lawyer. It was a battle of cunning tactics and tricks. But the witness isn't supposed to play any tricks. I can't believe she's gone. That's the guy who's gonna be the prosecutor of Maggie's retrial tomorrow. Oh, really? He was working on a bunch of more important cases at the moment. But he cancelled them all just so he could take you on, pal. Why is that guy so determined to see me fail? You sure attract a lot of attention, huh? Too bad it's all the wrong kind. I'm such a loser. I had high hopes for Maggie. I was gonna make her the best detective there ever was. But then all of a sudden she was charged with murder and arrested. I never saw it coming. I never imagined they would find her guilty. I hate myself for not being able to do anything. It's okay, Detective Gumshoe. We still have a chance to make this right. Yeah, don't worry, we have a chance. You know what? You're not such a bad guy after all, pal. This is what we are trying to prove you long time ago. Have you gone to see Maggie? Of course I have, but I wasn't much good at consoling her, and I'm not very good with words. Oh, yeah, I guess I must have looked a bit down. Maggie was really supportive of me. It was great to have someone to talk to. Did he go for her or for himself? Okay. The chef of Tribulations, huh? You know what that chef said to me? Oh la la, your body is full of la toxine. I'm breaking some French now. And then he gave me this bottle. What's in it? I don't know. The label says June Pier. I think that's how you read it. I'm under orders to put a few drops of it in my bath every day. Under orders. Yeah, you know, there is something about that lady, I mean, guy. Huh? You can't stop thinking about him? Not like that, pal. Give me a break. He's not my type. I mean, I can't stop thinking that he's involved with this case somehow. Sounds like he knows a little something more about our charming chef. Victim was programmed and we have apparently never even seen him before. Let's see. What do you make of this? Sorry, pal. All I can think about is Maggie at the moment. Okay. That's the same thing you said before. Okay. Oh, the charming chef. So what exactly is it that caught your attention about the chef? About the chief? Chief and chef. About the chef at Trispy. It's kind of hard to say. The guy's probably not even connected with the case anymore. Hey, come on, detective. Didn't you say you'd give me the dirt on anything? Well, this sort of stuff is kind of unimportant, gossipy stuff, you know, pal? Look, how about this? You go to Trisbeen and investigate the place yourself. And if you find out anything suspicious about the guy, you report back to me, okay? Don't suppose I get a choice in this, huh? Guess I better find out more about the chef and Trisbeen, then report back to Gumshoe. Okay, have to go there, man. Go back to them. Here to Trisbeen. Yep, the place is so pinky. And it's a restaurant. French restaurant, to be exact. January 6th, Trisbeen. The scent of flowers sure is strong. It's almost making me dizzy. Who's this? Oh, hello. غريبة شكلها شي strange. غامضة. Who was that just now? A customer? She had sort of a dark aura about her. Aura. Welcome, B Avenue. Wow, what a cute voice. Oh, it's just you, Nick. The chairs are closer. Maya? Well, how do I look? Maybe you should quit being a solid medium. Maybe, but it's kind of boring being a waitress. I mean, you're my first ever customer. Then who was that woman I just saw? Oh, since you are here, you might as well have something to eat. I'm kind of hungry, actually. So how do you like your new job, Maya? I never knew there was so much for a waitress to do. Take people's orders, bring them their food, make coffee, work the cash register. Of course we need a customer before we can't do any of that. Yeah, it's a nice looking restaurant. It's a shame more people don't come. Don't forget about the ultra cute waitress. Check out my give me a tip smile. Okay, lunch special. Hey, Vic, why don't you order something? The chef's preparing tasty lunch set at the moment, or so he says. How much is it? It's the 20 set, so it's $20 of course. The 20 set, I believe. I'll be taking a pass on that. It's kind of expensive. What? But you can't. Come on, Nick. It's not every day I get to be a waitress. I want to try carrying plates and working the cash register. How about cleaning the toilets? That should keep you busy. Yeah, right. Maybe later. About the lunch. She didn't get the joke, but okay. Oh, a fine choice, sir. No, I am... Kitchen, a lunch special, please. With all the extras, drink, side, salad, dessert, and gift. I don't need any of that. Just a moment, please, sir. Maya's really getting into this. So how much is this set lunch? $20, huh? But with the drink side, salad, and dessert, it's $45. Hey, wait a second, Maya. Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Here you are, our deluxe 45 lunch set. Whoa! A dish inspired by lobster and abalone fricassee with a balsamic vinaigrette. I broke the word now. Bon appetit. Thanks. Come on, Nick. Hurry up and try it already. Lobster, right down the hatch it goes. Well, are you hungry, Maya? I'm starving. Here, it's yours. Really? Or he didn't like it. Um, remember, my wallet doesn't print money, so you'd better polish off that plate. So, I just remembered I've got to clean the toilets. Hey, you can't be in that much of a hurry to clean the toilets. There has been lunch special added to the court record. Okay, let's see. How does that guy manage to make good food taste so bad? Hey Nick, you want to take a peek at the kitchen? The kitchen, huh? Not a bad idea. Now, what was it that Maggie said again? In the kitchen, you will get to see all of the chef's greatest secrets. In the kitchen, that sounds tasty. Hey, wait up, Maya. What is it? I'm pretty busy right now. Weren't you going to show me around? Just there goes my plan to find some cool clue and show off in your face. I would better conduct the search in the kitchen myself. Okay. What if I show her some stuff? Let's see what she says. About this. Sorry, Nick. I'm a waitress now. I've got a pile of work waiting for a little old me. She doesn't say that. She doesn't want to talk about this. About this. Oh no. Okay, let's show her the badge. The same thing. Okay. Let's see. Let's show her profile. Now she's busy. Super busy. Nope, nothing special. Nope. Not this. Nope. Although the chef. Yeah, she doesn't want to talk about anything. Let's go to the kitchen. To the kitchen. January 6th, there's been kitchen. And here it is, the famous Trisbeen kitchen. It's my first time in here, too, actually. There is a weird atmosphere in here, that's for sure. Mr. Armstrong will be back soon, so we'd better search quickly. Chop chop. Okay, let's search. شو المطبخ هذا الأنوثي ها. Now this is one large mirror. I bet this is where he makes himself look pretty. There is a book on the dresser. Cloris Armstrong Bedtime Literature. Not exactly Pulitzer Prize material, is it? It looks like a collection of poems he's written. Poems, cool. Read one out. And say it in your best French accent with intensity, okay? Okay, here is one. It's called Printemps. The two of them like actors from a film, The Coffee Still Undrunk. Sweet nothings over too soon. On that sad Sunday morning. The foolish cocktail so delicious. Take the last sip of your tea, and I know what I will do. I must lie to you, I must. Okay, I didn't understand the thing, but that's it. Yep, that's a poem for you. Okay, maybe you'll find something later. What's this? It looks like a treasure chest for something. Wow. Oh, wow, look at all these little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing into the floor. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 98, 99, 100. They're all the same too. Hey, wait a minute. What is it? There is one bottle that's different from all of the others. Well, what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either. And sniff, it doesn't smell. So what's that liquid inside then? I wonder. Hey Nick, we should borrow this. I mean, look how many bottles he's got. He won't miss one, will he? She took it. Okay, small bottle added to the cup. Okay, find something. Yes. Now I know I'm in a French restaurant. I have never heard of most of these seasonings. Mm. Hey Nick, this container has oyster sauce. What's that? Isn't that used in Chinese food? Oh, look right there on the counter. Oh my Magatma. What's it doing there? What indeed? Magatma put into pocket. Now I know I'm in French. I've heard most of it. This container has oyster, so what's that? Isn't that used in okay? It looks like knives. Look at these knives. They look really sharp. I would like to see how one of those slices through a cheesecake. A cheesecake, you don't exactly need a sharp knife for one of those, Nick. Let's see. What are these lace curtains for? I don't know, but they give the place a real homey feel, don't they? Lace curtains. You know, if I was a cooking pot, I would be perfectly happy to sit on a shelf under those. How do you respond to something like that? Really, yeah. Okay, let's see the pot. That smells good. Something's bubbling away nicely in that pot. Must be the lobster and abalone fricassee with a balsamic vinaigrette. I'm destroying the language now. I know. Isn't that what I just ate for lunch? Maybe what you ate is the only French dish I know the name of. So we found the Magatma, so I think we are good now. We are all good. Search all of the way. So all done here. For the sauce, yeah, nothing. Let's go back to okay. Let's see. Maybe there is something here. I think I searched everything. Let me go to the jail. Oh, no one here. Okay. Yeah, I have to go back to gun show and show him some stuff. Alright. January 6th, police station, criminal affairs department. Hey, you're just in time. What is it, Detective Gumshoe? The lab got back to me about that newspaper you gave me. He must mean the sports paper with the memo scribbled on it. So what did they say? Did the analysis turn up anything? They said the doodle was written by the victim Glenn Elg. No doubt about it. I expected as much. Okay. The victim took the paper with him to the restaurant on the day of the murder. That's our best interpretation of the fact at the moment. Sports paper filed into the court record. MC Bomber. I get the feeling I've heard that name somewhere before. Oh well, I guess it will come back to me. Don't forget to report back to me with whatever you find in the restaurant, okay pal? Since when did I start taking orders from Gumshoe although? I get the feeling there is something I need to show him. Let me show him the food. What did you make of this? Sorry pal. All I can think about okay, this is the same thing. Now you see. You got one of those aroma bottles too, huh? Only this one doesn't smell. Huh? I don't get you. This was mixed in with all the other aromatherapy bottles, but it's not the same. It doesn't even look the same. Wouldn't you agree? Cologne bottle that doesn't smell? Huh? Smells like a skunk to me, pal. Mind letting me borrow that bottle for a while? I wanna send it to the lab for analysis. The victim was poisoned, so the content of this bottle are pretty important. Small bottle given to Detective Gumshoe. I had a hunch there was something funny about that, Chef. You suspect Gene Armstrong? I've got that guy's number, I know what his secret is. That must be the same secret Gumshoe was talking about before. I guess I would better fill you in on the details. About this Armstrong guy's secret, I mean. Okay, the music changed. Secrets, huh? Let's show him this. I think we could just start it on. Let's show him sports. So according to the boys down at the lab, doodles were probably made by the victim, probably. Analyzing this kind of writing is difficult since it's done with type of book. Don't worry, I'll vouch for it. Why would Gumshoe have to vouch for it? Can't let it stand on its own. Okay. Armstrong's secret. Let's see what's on the secrets. So what's Mr. Armstrong's secret? You ever had lunch at the Trisbeen, pal? Yes. So how was it? To put it nicely, it was uneatable. Hey, don't worry about being nice around me, pal. You and I both know the reason that place is so empty is because of the food. I mean, the place is clean and he's got a girl like Maggie as a waitress, so yeah, I guess it's probably the food. The real scoop on the guy is he's up to his ears in debt. Really? How much does he owe? This is a copy of his loan contract. He's about $500,000 in the red. $500,000? Are we talking about dollars? Yeah, if it was sterling, he would really be in trouble. Sorry, that figure just took me by surprise. Yeah, this case is full of surprises. And I'd be willing to bet that Chef got something to do with most of them. That's my hunch. Gene's loan contract added to the court record. Okay, you got some evidence. Let's show him this one. What do you make of this? Nope, same. He's giving me the same reply. Let's see what she did. $500,000, that's $500,000 bills. What was the in there for? Is there really that much money tied up in this case? I can't give you an answer on that now, not without that case in front of me. But I'll tell you this, that Armstrong guy would have done anything for cash. He was desperate, you know? No, I don't, but I think I sort of get the picture. Okay. Let's go to the... Oh, nobody left. Okay. Back to the restaurant. If I show her this, she bought this. She's still acting busy. Kitchen. Maybe it's time to go to the park. Vitamin Park. Vitamin Square. January 6th, Vitamins Square. The old guy is not here anymore. Drat, now I still have some unanswered question for him. Let's check around. Pigeons are so busy pecking at the seeds they don't notice anything else. Seeing those birds eat with such intense focus reminds me of Maya when she's scarfing down a burger. This is where I found that job listing magazine before. A guy like me carrying around a magazine like that kind of gives the wrong impression. I guess I better give it back to that old man once this investigation is over. Whose bike is this? A scooter? Huh? Who'd leave it right in the middle of a park like this? The wheel guard and the light are busted. I guess it must have been in an accident. It's totally wrecked. Okay, that's too long for my voice. Oh, what? Hey, what do you think you doing with my bike? No, you's being messing with my new ride. Is that what you been doing? New ride? Isn't that? Oh, I'm gonna pay for this. It wasn't me. It was just don't go this that covered my saddle and crap. Huh? Go, you's gonna pay. You catch my drift? No, wait a second. I'm not a pigeon, so I couldn't have done it. A wise guy, huh? I had to beat you so hard it'll feel like you were smooching the express train. I feel like he's drunk and angry. Okay. Uh-oh. You better watch your back. This ain't over. I'm gonna round up a group of lawyers and then you's gonna pay. Use? I'm a lawyer myself. What do you say? I'm Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Go ha 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 ha. Phoenix Wright? You saying you Phoenix Wright? Yeah, I am. So you a wise guy too, huh? Because I'm Phoenix Wright. The one and only. That's the phony. What? Out of my way, I got a cruise. شرد بالدراجة. He's gone. Surely that guy wasn't my phony, was he? He wasn't anything like me. Guess I better make a note of the scooter. Scooter added to the court record. Pathetic. Yak Shebe. Oh, it's you. A few threats from a little brat like that, and you look like a pigeon that's got seeds in its eyes. Have you been here the whole time then? I was in that strawberry. I had some thinking to do. More like you had some covering to do. بقشر. It's been regular. Are you a regular at that restaurant, sir? Just that if you dislike it so much, why would you keep going there? Sir? There you are. You filthy pigeons. You want food? Huh? Take that. I knew it. This old guy has got something to hide, but what could it be? Okay, old man. First of all, I'll search the area. When I think back to when I was young, I wonder what I found so great about playing in a sandbox. Maybe I'll come back here in the middle of the night one of these days to relive it. Sorry. Oh, on second thought, being arrested by Gumshoe would be too embarrassing to be in. You don't see many parks like this anymore. What a great place for kids to play. But that old man's the only one here chucking his seeds at the pigeons. There's one white pigeon here. Okay, back to the old guy. Let me save before I do anything. Getting the evidence will reduce my health if I make mistakes. Let's try. Use the Magatma to get the answers. Open the locks. Press being regular. It's time you told me the truth. Why are you a regular at the restaurant that you dislike so much? Isn't it obvious? People only have one reason to go to restaurants: to eat. To eat. Is that the whole truth? What do you mean? I don't think you go to that restaurant for the food at all. You insolent brat, how dare you accuse me? What proof have you got? I can tell that not you nor anyone else in the world would go to that place for its food. Okay, you go there for the job, right? Sports paper, job listing. It goes for the job listing. Well, take this. You're a disgrace, an idiot, a clot, a fool. You're only worthy of this pigeon's feed. Oh, looks like that evidence, wasn't it? غلطت يعني. I made a mistake. Listen, I don't think you go to that restaurant for the food at all. Insolent brat, how dare you accuse me? What proof have you got? Okay, I have to show him the right proof. Should be, it's not the food, he hates the food. Should be something about this case. Jeans loan contract. Could be this. Well, take this. Oh, you're a disgrace, an idiot. Okay, I think I made another mistake. Yeah. Yep. Another mistake. We'll keep trying. We'll see. The bike? Could be the bike? No. The chef. Well, no. You okay? Oh, that's a mistake. Man, this old man is tough. Not for Maggie, right? You come to regulate for Maggie? Don't come for the job. You don't like the food. You didn't come for the contract. He comes for Maggie. Well, no, he's not. Okay. Okay. Keep trying. Let's see. For the chef. No? Wow. Sports paper? Nope. I'll keep trying. Okay, it's not sports paper. It's not this. Is it the victim? He's not related to the victim. No. I don't have the... Not the victim, not the chef, not Maggie. No way these guys. Scooter or food? Oh, it's the food, okay. Other than the pudding, or in this case, the lunch menu. That's the twin tea set. Food at Trisbean is terrible and expensive. You're wrong, it's cheap. Huh? I'm rich. I inherited money when I was a boy. Yes, I am stinking rich. I haven't done a jot of work since I was born, other than feeding the pigeons. What a load of crock. He's lying. The taste's another story, but the price is nothing to me. So you're saying that you go there because you've got money to burn. Exactly. I have so much cash, I go for a swim in my money vault every day. Unfortunately, that's a lie. What? You don't have money to burn. You are flat broke. Because you are looking for a job. Because you're looking for a job. My magazine. Why would the rich retiree be looking for a job? I was so what? So I was looking for a job. I'm buying a lot at the moment. I need spending money. Oh, I don't go to that restaurant for food. I just go for the Javas Javasino. Okay. Yeah, I think you mean cappuccino. Anyway, how much does a cappuccino cost there? $8. Those had to be some golden beans. What's your problem? You think a poor man would be better off drinking dishwater? Do you? Is that it? No, I wasn't thinking about that. I was wondering if the coffee there is really that great. No, it's not. But anyway, yes, that place has free newspaper to read every day. Newspapers. Exactly, they don't want me to hang around at home, so I go there. I'm sorry, sir, but there are no free papers to read at Trisby. maybe I should show him the sport paper. Okay. Take a look at this. What is it? It's a newspaper I found behind the magazine rack at Trisby. So, what of it? This was the only paper there, and it's dated more than 1 month ago. What? Do you see what I'm getting at here? That restaurant doesn't get newspapers. This is just one that a customer happened to leave behind. Oh, oh. Tell me, why are you so determined to hide the truth? I'm not hiding anything. I'm going to have to put this guy out of his misery. Listen, the real reason why you go so much to Brisbane is... No, Help? Uh-oh, you're wrong. Uh-oh, he's gone silly. You're so stupid. Ha 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 ha. Mr. Nick, if you push yourself anymore, your soul will shatter. Please calm down, collect your thoughts, and try again. I've made too many mistakes. Damn. Let's try again. Damn. Okay. Let me load the game, because my health is too low to risk anything. Let's reload. أول واحد كان الأكل. بعدين الجوب الجوب وطلب كود. You don't have money to pay me. This one. باقي آخر دليل. بس listen, the real reason why you go so much to Brisbane is جربت هذا ما نفع. الغلطة على 3 حبات. ما أقدر أسيب. Let's go. ماجي. أي واحد. ونجرب الشيء. Well, no, you're wrong. Oh, so stupid. Okay. Maggie, yeah, of course. Yes. Got it. Okay. What are you asking me about that girl for? She was the waitress at Trisbeen. Therefore the answer to the mystery of why an old man would drink expensive coffee at a terrible restaurant is the waitress. Ugh. But I don't recognize that face. And you are probably telling the truth here. Because you weren't looking at the girl's face, but at her outfit. That's the truth, isn't it? You became a regular at the restaurants because of the waitress uniform. That uniform is all you can think about, isn't it? I can't take it to you that waitress was your enough. Well, please, no more. Stop saying that word. Stop saying waitress. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. اوكي حطم خلاص. الله successful. درس بينا الحين بيتكلم. Sir. Yes, it's true. I was there for the young girl. Fine, so I'm a dirty, wicked, sinful old devil. No, I didn't mean it like that. I even get one of those lousy cups of Javachino every time for $8. All because of the serving girl. Punish me, lock me up. Really, that's not what I am here for. You'll be the same. Another 20 years and you'll understand what it's like. You will know how painful it is to be an old man like me. No, really, listen, sir. Stop calling me that. I have a name, you know, boy. So show me some respect. I'm Victor Kudo. Sorry, Mr. Kudo. You young ones think you know it all, don't you? Well, I am not saying another word. I won't tell you anything more. This guy was in the so at the time of the incident, which means I have to hear his testimony one way or another. حركة الخشم هذه والله الضحك. I don't believe this. I even broke his Silox and everything. I guess I'll have to try to get him when he's in the better mood. ما بيتكلم الحين. كان شو الدراجة يتكلم عن الدراجة. Excuse me, sir, could I just ask you about this? زعلان خلاص. Here you go, boy. How does the pigeon feed sound to you? This wasn't exactly what I was hoping to get out of this guy. Oh man. يخليه الحالة معصب يعني. وين هذا الشيف هذا الخنيق المفايدة؟ خلنا سيب. عنده شيء جديد؟ لا يمكن هذا هو شيء جديد. دراجة يمكن. أعتقد بتقول شيء بس. سوري انك ما يترس نوال تسوي عمرك شغالة الحين. كيتشن يمكن حصلها. لا مو موجودين. نرجع لديتكتيف كم شوف. دراجة. What do you make of this? طيب تعال. اوكي نفس الكلام. Oh, okay, hello. He looks like one of those grouchy old man types. Yeah, it's okay now, though I don't mind the guys like that. But if he's involved with this case somehow, that's a different story. Sure. There's a tip for you, pal. If you want to get information out of a guy like that, you're gonna have to find his weaknesses. Try to get under his skin. His weaknesses. I wonder what that might be. This one. Maybe I should go back to my office. Yeah. January 6th. Wright and Co-Law office. Poor Maya, it looks like Mr. Armstrong's really taken a shine to her. I suppose I'll just have to let her work at the restaurant for a while. I'll go pick her up from Trisbeen once things have cooled off. Tension? Nope, nothing. Maybe there is something in the park again. To present something. Excuse me, sir, could I just والله الرد هذا يضحك. اقول شيء. هذا لا نتكلم عنه. لا هلا هذا اوكي. What's your weakness? مم. ما يطيع من شيء. في شيء نسيت هني يمكن. I'm so busy talking. أعتقد في شيء نسيته. خلنا نعطيه نظرة. نفس الكلام. It's the same words. وين أسير؟ يمكن في عندها شيء اختلس فيه. شوف سيرت مي ولا لا يا بودي نفس الكلام. same words. same thing. The same thing. Glenn, what do you make of this? نفس الكلام. same thing. Charlie, a quite decorated plant. It's sort of a keepsake, something to remember me by. Sure enough, it is a mess, but I never forget to water this little fella. My desk don't get to use it much, so it's still super neat and tidy from when Pearls cleaned it. زين ضيعت الكلمة. والله. اوكي خلينا نجرب الجايد شوية. وينه؟ وينه؟ Well, guide. Hmm. Oh, the sun away. Hmm. 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 Just hand that to cheer him up. Or I think I'm gonna. Oh, okay. Trisbane present Victor Cody. Oh, it's that old man. Is he still feeding the pigeons? Yeah, he fed me as well. I got a bunch of those seeds in my eyes. Oh, ouch. Hey, Maya, would you mind coming with me for a while? Huh, me? Why? There is something I really want to ask that old man. Sure, okay, I'll just get changed. No, hang on. Can you go like that? I guess. Mukhasham. Sir, you again? Hmm. Well, I see. Uh, Nick, his eyes are burning into me. It's okay, I think it's going pretty well. Ka. Huh? You are still just a little child. Run along and play on the slide, right? Play on the slide? We were so close, just a little more, and he would have spilled. Mm, pigeons. How can we crack this guy? Excuse me, please, sir. Quiet, can't you see I'm feeding the pigeon? Mia? Well, if you don't mind, sir, I would really love to talk with you. So, yes. Of course, certainly, I'm Victor Kudo. I won. Even from beyond the grave, wow. اوكي فتح الحين بيسولف عادي. يلا تعال, what you saw about the incident. You mean the man who died after drinking the Javachino? It's like he's a different person. It was quite a shock even for me. He was a strange looking boy. The girl took the Javachino over to him, you see. الحين صار بلبل. It was the customer alone. Definitely. He was the only person at the table. Then he took one sip of his Javachino and he said something like, "Oh," and then collapsed dead. Oh, how terrifying. You're so good at listening, aren't you? خروف still خروف. I'll tell you anything, whatever you want to know. He certainly seems to be telling the truth now. So it looks like Mr. Cooley didn't see this other man either. Trisbane. Do you like the food at Trisbane? Well, of course, I'm really quite a sophisticated man. I was a young businessman once, you know. I set up a casino in London. خرط. Really, how interesting. Eating the food at that restaurant really takes me back to my days in France. خرط. What a lovely story. London's in England, not France. Oh yes, France is wonderful. I would love to show you around the city sometime. It's too much. I can't take it. I want France. I can't believe Mia's laughing at the guy. Sorry. Okay. Trisbeen. You visit the Trisbeen a lot, don't you? Of course, I mean, yes. I'd like to come and see you there. He. Really? Oh, you flatter me so. The owner would be delighted to welcome you, I'm sure. Be careful of that chief, my dear. Chef. The chef, you mean Mr. Armstrong? That's right, the man's an ex-con. He's an ex-con? Ex-con is an ex-convict. خريج سجون. Armstrong's record. Whatever did Mr. Armstrong do? Oh no, those eyes, I can't take this. Mia's really got this guy eating out of her hand. He steals things from his customers. Gloves, handkerchiefs, little things mainly. He's a pilferer, so pilferer? So you be careful around him, my dear. Are you sure about this? Of course, he was arrested for it once. I was there when it happened, having my Javachino. He really is a regular. Let me write you a little haiku about it. A haiku? Japanese poem, oh okay. To explain all you need to know about the chef. Victor's note added to the court records. If he takes anything again, you let me know. If it's not too expensive, I'll buy you a replacement. Poor guy, he couldn't do enough for Mia. Okay, Phoenix. That's about as much as I can do to help. Thanks, Mia. We got some really important information thanks to you. Honestly, I can't believe Maya called me for something like this. Right? Now, back to Trisbeen. January 6th, Trisbeen. I guess it's about time to wrap up today's investigation. Had enough of being a waitress. Yeah, plus no one came to the restaurant. Ooh la la, Mademoiselle Maya Nan. Oh, can you leave me like this? I am sorry. That reminds me. Haramia. Mr. Armstrong had a Psylocke or 3, didn't he? I'm going to have to break those. Mr. Armstrong. Hope you won't mind, but I would like to have another word with you. Volunteers, of course. Can I save? Resent. أنا عندي المقاطمة قبل ما كان عندي فما أكسرها. Maggie's motive. What is happening? What is happening? I do not like this horrible feeling. I have to know the truth. What happened that day? Allures, I will confess everything. Just don't hurt me. Huh? Well, that was a new world record. It was a lottery ticket. A lottery ticket? La man who died here had a lottery ticket for $500,000. 500,000. Oh, oui. But after the accident, this ticket, I'm butchering the French. It disappeared. The ticket disappeared. This was the motive that the prosecution gave for Maggie. They said that she poisoned the man to get the $500,000 lottery ticket. Why didn't you tell me about this sooner? Maya's Alora's. Okay. هلا صباح الحين؟ صباح الخير. شو لايك ذس؟ شي لازم اقراها الحين. شو فرنسي هذا ولا؟ اوكي يلا شو اخبارك؟ ابو زايد. You have been trying to hide this information about the lottery ticket from me, and I want to know the reason why. Non, monsieur, you doubt me, but I have confessed to you everything I know. Mr. Armstrong, the $500,000 lottery ticket, I think I know who took it. I think the winning ticket was stolen by this person. خذ أفناك الحرامي. Mr. Armstrong, I believe there is a very high probability that it was you. اغتصبوا. Okay. Wow, that is one piercing scream even for a man like him. والله قربت الفرنسية. Why you have no evidence? I am not demasked. I'm not a kind of person who steals property of others. Sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Armstrong, but I have evidence to the contrary. Present to you proof that you have stolen from others in the past. Prove that he stole from others in the past. Which one? He stole this. Oh, perhaps that would be nice. Tyranny, maybe. Oh, it was a mistake. I was just thinking about my lunch menu. Tyranny di Canarade. What do you think? That sounds lovely. Alors au revoir, monsieur. I must go to buy the ingredients. I guess my video isn't a bit of a lame duck. Okay, I'm not of love. Present to you proof that you have stolen from others. أي واحد. Victor, right? Victor note. Yes, Victor's note. What is this? A poem? Oh, monsieur, you know me so well. I adore poems. Please read it and put some feeling into it. Convicted before a wicked man or woman, repeated offender. I'm sorry to have to bring it up, Mr. Armstrong, but you have been arrested for stealing from your customers before, haven't you? Mon Dieu, le mensonge, you're a liar. You deny it. Do not make the false accusations. Silvus Paletti? Palette? So do you have any proof? I want to see the incontestable proof that I have ever stolen from one of my customers. Well, you stole this. You stole my Magatma, man. It seems old habits die hard, Mr. Armstrong. Well, what is that? This is my Magatma. And I found it in your kitchen. Wow, that scream just about broke some windows. يعني yes. Yes, okay. يعني اعترف. المهم yes. I have a weakness for the little trinkets, the figurines. My hand just slips out. I cannot stop it. You have stolen handkerchiefs, gloves, and other things from your customers, right? We, it is the truth. I'm just a timid little girl inside. Monsieur, a timid little girl. Besides, this time it was not the small trinket, it was $500,000. Mamia's non. Uh, why would I steal it? I have no need for such money. Really now? Oh, monsieur, what is it? Is it true that you are in some pretty serious trouble? That you are in desperate need of large amount of cash? خد عند ديون رويتني عند ديون. This restaurant is deep in the red, isn't it? You have a loan to the tune of $500,000. That lottery ticket would have wiped out your debts. Well, Mr. Armstrong, what do you have to say for yourself now? خلاص ذبحنا. Unlock successful. Okay, now tell me, Maggie's motive. Beach. Mr. Armstrong, you said that the victim had a winning lottery ticket for $500,000. How did you know he had something like that in the first place? Z-Man, he was listening to the radio with his earpiece. Maggie said something about that too. The winning number was announced on the news, I think. All of a sudden, he exploded. Yes, $500,000, he shouted. And the ticket, we had all of his tickets spread out on the table. Okay. I was so desperately in need of money, so I put the poison in his coffee. No. Oh, no, you naughty man. I simply helped myself to one of his tickets. What? The victim collapsed and Maggie passed out. I thought to myself, Pourquoi pass? He had so many of them. Okay. Yes, but only one of them was the winning ticket, right? How could you do that, Mr. Armstrong? Maggie was arrested because of you. No, this is not true. Winning tickets. I did not take it. The ticket for $500,000, I mean. But you just told us you did. You said you took a ticket. Miss Mays non my Phil? It was not. That's enough. Huh? Mr. Goddard. ياكل smooth talker. What in the heck are you doing here? This is without a doubt. The worst coffee I have ever tasted, Mr. Armstrong. He came in here for coffee. Does he craving for coffee? No, bounce. Perhaps Mr. Armstrong stole one of the victim's tickets on the day question. I am La Air... what? Airhead? I am La Airhead? No, just a pretty little girl who everyone is laughing at. Sure. But in that case, Maggie shouldn't be the only one under suspicion. He had the wrong ticket. What? Mr. Armstrong made off with the winning ticket's pretty neighbor. So the ticket he took was worthless. Not quite. He did win something, $1. You see, I'm just a pretty face. Without my looks, I have nothing. So, What happened to the winning ticket then? The one he went to steal. Indeed, what did happen to it? I don't like spoiling myself by watching trailers, so we'll just wait and see how the movie turns out tomorrow, won't we? Voila, you two, time to laugh at the pretty little airhead. Looks like I won't be needing this note anymore. Victor's note thrown into the trash. Looks like we've got a new mystery now, namely where did the winning ticket go? We've got a bad feeling about this. Well, anyway, we can't let Maggie suffer any longer for this, and certainly not again. To be continued. شكلها الحين الترايل دي. بنبدأ بالترايل دي. January 7, 9:48 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 1. Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. الحين ثاني يوم. اوكي. يوم الترايل، يوم الثاني حق الترايل. أول يوم حق الترايل. Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over, so Scout's honor. Maggie. Detective Gumshoe. Are you doing alright? How are you feeling? As if you need to ask either question, so don't let them get you down, Maggie, and don't forget to eat well, okay? Roger. And you. Yes. You'd better square this case away, got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I will be doing some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest. I think he's serious. Hey, detective, you're on our side for once, right? Yep. So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really, can you, sir? Oh, of course. I've got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't mesh with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright? Sure. Okay, we are forming a united front today, pal, you get me? I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh? I can only wish. دوم يستوي شيء في الكورت. دوم تستوي شاكل. Okay, January 7, 10 a.m. District Court number 4. بدينا الترايل. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Beardy. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Coffee. Bitter. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong? Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "You was talking to me?" It was a little, well, intimidating. No, that wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix. I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he? Our trusty. So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please. Mr. Wright, whether you are fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today. But I can already tell you I'm the real Phoenix Wright. I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That's what I intend to find out. There is no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another. As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial, nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial. I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said, trust me. Now then, Mr. Goddard, please summon your first witness. Scumshoe. Okay, let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation. Sorry. Okay. Witness, state your name for the court. Huh? Oh, sorry, sir. The name is Police Department Detective. Occupation Dick Gumshoe. خربط هذا. Other way around, detective. Huh? Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir. Since yesterday, yeah, the guy who was. Sorry, the guy who was on the initial investigation tied up with another case now. I hope Gumshoe really got everything under control for everyone's sake. I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case? Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Eld. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screen Inc., a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report. The court accepts this into evidence. Glenn's autopsy report added to the court report. Died of potassium cyanide poisoning. Time of death was between 1:32. Okay. And here are the floor plans of the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. V for victim. Okay, the kitchen is the left side. The poisoned coffee was brought over to him by the waitress. Okay, the waitress being the accused. Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were two other people in the restaurant. Mr. Gene Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo. Still seems to be a very straightforward case to me. Trace being floor plans added to the court record. Blueprints, I'm seeing. We're getting to the bottom of this case. Come, detective, take up this hammer and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own two hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony. Yes, sir. The incident. Alright, let's see what he says. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenn Eld, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And it looks like Miss Berry might have, well, some kind of a motive. Using the dark aromatic depth of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady. The facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but yes? Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood? I already told you that wasn't me. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table. طب أخلص save لأنه my health bar is on the line. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table. We understood that the guy listened to the radio. You really think there are any contradictions in this testimony? To be honest, I don't know. But Gumshoe told us out in the lobby. He said he would be forming a united front, right? How will we win the case if he doesn't throw us a line? We don't have a whole lot of options right now. The best I can do is gather the facts together, I guess. Let's press on this. Can I stop you for just a minute? Huh? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence? He's so desperate for that to be true. He's practically crying. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Mrs. Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table. Yeah, that's what she said. And what killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction? Hey, sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, it's true. Their two testimonies tie up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table. What should I do? Should I press on this point? A little harder, not press harder, let's see. Well, maybe the other witness just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. Huh? That argument is as weak as the coffee at Bean tried. Okay. I have here in my possession a ticket. A ticket? Looks more like a photo to me. Yes, one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Guiltyville. Population, the defendant. Okay. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. Took the photo. This is the scene was witnessed by the chef moments after the poisoning took place, correct? I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the scene of the crime. How, Mr. Wright, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table? Certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. Crime photo added to the court record. Okay, now we have more evidence. Okay, let's press on the second statement. We understand that the guy and he was listening to the radio at the same time. Okay, he was listening to his radios, you say? Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket. Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece. What should I do? Should I press on this point? Listen. Oh no, I should leave it. Oh, I got bad feeling about this. Bad feeling about this, then maybe you should. Okay. I once had a bad feeling that I was about to have a bad feeling. It was really bad. Maybe I should move on to another part of this. I should press on the second thing. Let's press hard. And what was it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe? How should I know? Thanks a lot. We are now one step closer to the middle of nowhere. This isn't going very well, is it? Detective, could you perhaps tell us what the poison and how it was used? Well, the poison... Poison was found in his coffee. So traces of poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else. Not sure I get you, pal. Was the poison a liquid or was it a powder? If I had to put it in layman's terms, I would say it was a powdery substance. So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table: sugar, salt, pepper.
Objection!
Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, right? The victim took his coffee black with no sugar. And it seems that the poison could only have been in the coffee. What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder? No. Press harder. Let's see. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee? Huh? What do you mean? According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that victim ever drank any of it? Oh, hey, you're right. That's what I was thinking. In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there. For me? Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence. That piece, sir? Yes, that piece. What piece was it again? غبية. This. Allah. Should I be grateful this coffee only hot enough to give me first degree burns? Oh, now I remember. This is the victim's coffee cup. Here's the victim's coffee cup. Take a good look at the rim. Oh yes, it's unmistakable. There is clearly a coffee stain on it. Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. Victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought to him like this. He drinks coffee like a water. For the record, the only print on the cup were the victims and the defendants. Coffee contained potassium cyanide covered in the victim and Maggie's fingerprints. Okay, coffee added to the court report. Upon further investigation of this cup, we found certain chemical substance. What we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. Potassium cyanide. I've heard of that chemical before. Exactly how strong is this poison, Detective Gonshaw? It's, well, that stuff lethal. That stuff's lethal. Eat too much and your history. How much is too much? A lethal dose is 0.2 grams, that about enough to finish anyone off. 0.2 grams, how much is that? You know when you swab your ears for earwax? Yeah, about that much. Earwax, huh? Sound like something Gumshoe's got an abundance of. Such a small quantity of poison could have been concealed anywhere. And it looks like Miss Baird might have had, well, some kind of a motive. Some kind of a motive? Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion.
Objection!
You know what my golden rule is, Detective? chuck out a bad cup of coffee, you can always get another. Oh, I don't get it. فرع الكاب بعد. Okay, I'm saying we can always get another witness in the stand. We have to chuck you out. Gulp. So stick to the facts, detective. Now then, what was Mr. Bear's motive? Come on, Gumshoe. She was... They said... Oops. Oops. ضربت المايك شوي بالغلط. She was... they said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket. I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday too. It disappeared from the scene of the crime. And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000. Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one. Then, is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Should I press on this point? Little harder, press harder. Wait a minute. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. Huh? I have here in my hand the very ticket in question. That's the $500,000 lottery ticket. One of the female officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant. Well, what? Order. Huh? She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress. You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately. I would better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering. To get for $500,000 found during body surgery. This ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial too. But it feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, you say? It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. And that's on Maggie's person, unfortunately. That's enough. The fact of this case seems overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant has ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime. I like an old man who knows the score. There is also the matter of $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for that sum of money, even I might attempt to bend the rules. I don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren call of money. Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast. Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already. I would say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance with one final decisive piece of evidence. He's got more evidence against Maggie. Okay, this is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time. كلها دم. Oh, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen. That stain looks like it can't be blood, can it? Huh? Seems the star of our play was a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself. The coffee, that's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there is something else that stands out even more. Something else. I presume you mean course, I'm referring to the pocket. The pocket. A search carried out after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron pocket. A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket. Yeah, and Maggie's prints were the only ones in it. Order, order, order. The court will accept these items into evidence. Apron added to the court report. Potassium cyanide added to the court report. There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court? Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be? Oh, don't tell me you can't see blood. Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron. That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a blood stain. You don't need to be told. Just look at it. Well, you have an issue. You know, Godot, he has an issue with blood. Well, detective, could this stain really be blood? No way, sir. It's just ketchup, sir. Ketchup. He must have gotten some on her apron while taking someone their breakfast that day. You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe. Pull a stunt like that again and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness. I thought everyone knew what it was already. I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case. The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence, they have all been clearly established. Well, Wright, seems you really are a phony after all. You really know how to drive a man nuts. Oh. Witness, Elise, continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigations there. Witness testimony. Crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of a scary old man, sir. Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been really tough for her. The victim didn't have any identifications on him, but we figured out who he was pretty quick. And then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good. Last chance to convince the court you are a real lawyer, right? Don't count on any more cross-examination after this one, so let the fun begin. Investigation, cross-examination. Okay, it started now. Now I have to press more. Just save. I'll be back. Let's BRB. شيء اشربه قرقرنا وايد. The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir. خلنا نسوي برس على أول statement. Okay, scary old man, Detective Gumshoe. There is an old man who's regular at the restaurant where the incident happened. Oh, we are probably obviously talking about the same old man. Officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. what took you so long? Then he hurled abuse at them and seeds. Seeds. It was nothing. I caught each one with my teeth. What the fuck? I guess not even the mighty Godot can avoid being attacked by that guy. The old man was only other customer in the place at the time. Okay. So he took his time finding a payphone apparently, so he was late reporting the crime. Poor Baggy had passed out for the shock. It must have been real tough for her. How long was the defendant unconscious for? Okay. The officers got to the crime scene at around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at that time. It took another 10 minutes or so whether she came to. I would like to have been on the same been on the scene myself. I bet you would have liked to have carried out the search too. I would have loved to see Maggie sleep like that, all pretty and peaceful. You're a professional detective, Gumshoe, not a professional bird watcher. Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know about this is the investigation. Oops, I guess I am pretty red right now, red eye. The victims didn't have any identification on him. They didn't have any? Are you saying that it was stolen? No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet. 58 cents? Yeah, I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal. Victim sounds like he was a truly miserable young man. Or some kind of an outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge? I think I'm into something here. But we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. Wait a second. Huh? Did I say something dumb again? Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. Victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes? Yeah, basically. In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly? Oh, that. He's so let down, he's got the whole sagging shoulder and puppy eyes thing going. There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket. Since Mr. Glingle visited his doctor before he went to Trisbane. We got the victim's name from the medical record of the doc who prescribed the meds. That's a reliable enough source for the court. What should I do? Should I leave this alone or ask to hear more? Ask about the prescription. Ask about his health. Let's ask about the prescription. So, what sort of medicine was in the bag? Well, actually, the bag we found was empty. Huh? Yeah, completely empty. It was completely empty. Victim's prescription bag added to the court. Okay. Huh? Okay, there are so many things now in the case. Suspicious things. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence. Desperate, are you? Trite? Now, what happened with the investigation after that, detective? When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. But a defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket? Yeah, you have nailed it, pal. It happens to me all the time. We had the department party the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing the boss shoes.
Objection!
Give up this crazy testimony, detectives, and those shoes will end up down your throat. Tahdeed. Sorry. So, try. Someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket. That's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence? Well, I'd love to, but if I had any. It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony, witness. That was no. Hold on. Let me press on this again. And try to see. Wait a second. Oh, that's it? No. Okay. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. So the half $1,000,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for. Yeah. Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for. But wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day? Oh yeah, the one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole dollar with it. What a lucky guy. And they're just going to let him get away with it? Just $1, detective. Just no one cares when it's that little, except for Gumshoe. If I don't find a hole in this testimony, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. Gumshoe isn't giving us anything to work with, and we can't find any contradictions if he doesn't give us something. Yeah, that's true. But Maggie and Gumshoe are like dumb and dumber. Our only hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious. Come on, Gumshoe, be the dumbest you ever been. Okay. Okay, now I have to show them. I have to focus. have to press on the with evidence, which is so present the prescription bag. Okay. Should present the right evidence. Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There is just one small contradiction in your testimony. Oh, finally. I'm getting all the anxious just waiting. So hurry up, will you? You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later? No, they didn't. The victim was given a prescription right for going to Tresbeen. Where then did the medicine disappear to? You are too cool, pal. Indeed. Due to consideration wasn't given to the victim's perception in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I guess that's the most careless thing I have done so far, huh? He's always careless. The victim was killed by poison. The victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. Victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. True. Order. Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that? Huh? That's all? What? Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag if you will. That's the clinic's name got. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New Ear Otolaryngological Clinic. Otolaryngological. Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot? Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say. A war wound? The day after the incident, Mr. Ilg found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum. He ruptured his eardrum? Then what on earth was the prescription he was given? It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested. Oh, okay. It's mentioned in the autopsy report. If you read the fine print. Okay. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear. Yes, here it is, in very fine print. Seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medications while he was at the Trisbeen. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication. Seems that his medication is irrelevant to the case after all. No. Nick, if you don't think of something quickly, it will all be over. He's right, but I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do? Push the medication. Let me save here. Push the medication issue. Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. Seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at the Trisbane. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal. That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth. Objection. You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. Objections. It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would contain it either. But it did. The possibility is undeniable. That's enough. Mr. Godot. Is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot. I've got my own witness I would like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder. Victor Kodo, the pigeon hater. Pigeon hater. He feeds them and and he hates the pigeons. Okay, what a character. Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seemed like little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me. Yay, good job, Nick. Court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess. After which we will hear the prosecution's next witness. Ha! I suppose this means I will just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups. Court is adjourned for pieces. Okay, 11:03 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Phew, that was close. Tell me about it. Nearly died in there. That's my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. Thank you for the following, Heroes of the Stars. Heroes of the Stars. Sorry. Yes. Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're enjoying my voice while reading all this text-based game. Oh, yeah. Let's continue. Looks like we all nearly died in there. Can't believe Detective Gumshoe, how could he betray us like that? Huh? He said he would help me, but he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right? It's okay, I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurts this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again. Damn. Poor Gumshoe. So the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right? Yeah, Mr. Fudu. Lover of waitress outfits. and, and projectile seeds. This old man is a character. I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know? Yeah, he's a big old grooch. Are you going to be able to handle him, Nick? Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me, even those never-ending bird seeds. January 7, 11:15 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4. We're continuing the recess room. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Birdie. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please. The prosecution calls the lucky old timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? That theme, man. Name and occupation, if you don't mind. The name is Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me, mind you, I can be quite emotional at times too. We do not need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation. My occupation? Listen, young man. How much call do you think there is for a kimono embroidery there? Kimono embroidery? That's what I do or did back in Japan. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed. Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe he could embroider my costume sometime. Anyway, like I said, there is not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile. That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. Now then, witness, were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident? Oh yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of Javachino. Seeds? What do you think these are, Oh, I see. So you saw everything that happened, Grumps? Did I? Oh yes. Oh yes, I did. I saw it all. Then please tell the court. We're all ears. Sure, I'll tell you every last detail. He's really getting into this. What? Okay, witness testimony. The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. Mr. Kudu, she's not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress. Yeah, you're as bad as the rest of them. All these new fangled words. What's wrong with old-fashioned ones, Newfangled. All this talk of radios and glasses, it's wireless and spectacles. I tell you, excuse me? Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the old gold or don't let the good old days slip away. Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Okay. The young man was reading the sports news. Let's press on this one. See. So you saw the victim then. You saw Mr. Glenn Elk. I wanted to know if Gutson Brond retained his championship or not. So he was looking at the sports paper the victim was reading, huh? And at the location in question. There are partitions between table and the same side of the restaurant, right? So what if there are? If you say that you could see the victim, that means you were sitting at the table on the other side of the restaurant, correct? Yeah. I go to that place to drink Javachino. I don't go to sit. I don't remember which table I was sitting at. You mean you go there to eye the waitress? The serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in. Mr. Kudo, this is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw? Victor Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I. I see. My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need spectacles for reading and driving. I bet his eyes are only really fine when he's scooping out the waitress. And I saw what the serving girl put into the Javachino as well. I bet I know what's coming up and something tells me I'm not going to like it. Let's press harder. Let's see where it goes. Your Honor, we need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask that the witness added what he knows about this to his testimony. I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please? Sure. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there. Let's press more. Did she really put that into the coffee? You doubt me, boy? She took some out of a small brown bottle and sprinkled in it. Couldn't she have been adding sugar? Sugar in a small brown bottle like that? Witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms? A bottle like this, perhaps. Oh, there it is. That's the one. That's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume. Oh. So what did the accused put to the coffee? Think it's clear, don't you? The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. He took just one sip? You young uns, you waste everything. Those Javachinos cost $8. In the good old days, we would have drunk every last drop, eaten the cup, and then died. Congratulations, you have earned the title of battiest man to grace a courtroom. So it was an immediate death. Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible. Oh yes, he slumped over without so much as a twitch. I felt the Javachino I just drank turned sore in my stomach. Oh yes, I know that feeling. And the waitress, I presume she is... That's the serving girl, right? There in the defendant's chair, I remember her well. You said I remember her well, in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features that you can identify her by? Particular features? It's a disgrace that what it is. Sorry. You can see all the way up to her. You know. She's practically naked in that uniform. So the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit. Okay. But anyone could wear just such an uniform, even me. Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish from that image. Don't get all excited, Nick. You've got to keep yourself together. I guess I got a bit carried away. There are other things I recognize about her too. He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? It's harder. Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. What matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Baird or not. Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these other features that you know about the defendant. I could ask you to add them to your testimony. Sure. Let me just save. There was a ribbon in her hair and her apron's straps were loose. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all, her face? As if I wouldn't remember that.
Objection!
The witness noticed the straps on the accused apron. He is unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's right. I can't even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red. So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness' eyesight. No doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there is something more to this somehow. Ask about the straps. Ask about the waitress bag. Ask about the waitress bag. The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back. Okay, so what? Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
Objection!
He's got you there, Gramps. People normally talk about facial features when they are asked to describe someone. But this witness testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. This is harassment. I tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw. He's throwing seeds at the court. Imagine that. Bird seeds. Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony. Sure. This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer. And if I can't find a hole in it, soon it will get even longer, I bet. There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. You didn't find anything to be distinct, but you did clearly see the witness's face, yes? No question about it. I didn't come this far to back down now. Victor Kudo never backs down. That's not the answer I was looking for, but okay. This has turned into a matter of pride for old CD now, I guess. Old CD. Wonder if he really did see Maggie's face on that. Like I thought, he needs some concrete proof of this. Proof that the old guy didn't see the waitress clearly from the front. Do you think old CD really saw Maggie do it? Well, he probably had his eye on the waitress the whole time, so he was there. But he was there for the cute outfits, right? Not the waitresses. I guess. She makes a good point though. Hey, did I just say something clever? I wonder if the waitresses Mr. Kudo saw really was Maggie. That's what we have to figure out, Nick. Okay. Let's see. Anything. Going with the guide. Was a ribbon in her hair? But there was wasn't anything that caught first. It's in the apron. Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this. That filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like just after he's done eating. Have you ever seen this before? Of course, I haven't. Do you think I would forget something as dirty as that? Well, you half-witted clot. What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been an eerie silence in here. Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before, yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Oh, oops. You can't just oops your way out of this. Huh. Well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Listen, Wright, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant. That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird. Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup. This old guy was watching. Hmm. I hope you understand that gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin in perfect working order. Noggins. Can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what a burger customer wanted. He can't remember, probably more like he messed up so many times. He's blocking it out. Very well, let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim. Okay. He was another of those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The, the young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the serving girl in question brought over the Javachino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. Testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail. Oh yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything. How are we going to handle this, Nick? We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose, but it's what I do best. Time to break his testimony. Find the contradiction. He was another of those pesky young types, wearing a broken pair of spectacles. Let's press on this. Spectacles. Dark glasses to you. One of the lenses was green, but the other was broken. Newfangled rubbish. That's why I remember him so well. He did have some kind of lens over his left eye, but I wouldn't have called it a pair of glasses. He seems to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. He's wearing the Scouter from DBZ. Perhaps I should take to wearing some and rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance. Oh, we better come up with something sharp and quick. Guess I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The newspaper was a sports paper, was it? That young hooligan, I nearly asked him, can you even read without fidgeting? How was I supposed to be able to read the back page with all that rustling going on? I needed to find out if Guts and Braun retained his championship title. That's his paper, not yours. If you wanted to know so bad, why don't you buy your own? What are you looking at me like? Oh. Guts and Braun got beaten yesterday, by the way. Anyway. The young man was listening to the wireless not that well. Wireless. The decadent young rascal In my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to the wireless. Oh boy. And using an earpiece is selfish. It's what it is. I was training my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it. Was he that desperate to listen to the radio? Oh. What are you looking at me like that? Oh. 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 Then the serving girl in question brought over the Javachino. Oh, let's go back. Let's press on this. I mean the waitress who only saw from behind, right? Only you saw from behind. You're one of those, are you? You never let anything go. Isn't that right? Maybe. What does it matter if I saw? I better not push it until I've got some hard evidence. Throwing seeds at me whenever I'm pressing at him. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. Free hand? Yes. Which hand was it? Was that? Weren't you listening before? Cloth ears? I said he was rustling the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I? His free hand wasn't his right hand. Perhaps the great Mr. Wright has 3 hands. Yeesh, I was only asking, no need to gang up on me and treat me like a freak. The whole point of this cross-examination is to establish just one thing. That's this old guy's memory has more holes than a slice of Swiss. I guess we just need to find a contradiction in his testimony somewhere. Anything will do, even the smallest detail. We just need one mistake and he's ours. Okay, which one was it? Should be the last statement. Oh. Coffee cup. Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory. I know, there is nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you nothing. If I got anything wrong, I will eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song. Care to tell us where this is going, Wright? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left hand. Kah, what is this? Kindergarten? But I would like the court to please take a look at this. That's the cup the victim used, correct? Yes, and on the rim you will notice the mark left by the victim's lips. Yes, there is a stain left by the coffee. If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand. But how? Well, Mr. Kudo, court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you would eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song. Oh. Oh. Mr. Kuda, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go. Wait! You think I'm going to stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad? You're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw. You still insist on your testimony? That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand? Oh yes, no question. I'm good law-abiding citizen. I am. It's that dead young hotpot. And you spiky-haired Yahoo, who are at fault. Who, me? Thank you, old man. We have heard quite enough from you already. Don't call me old man. Old man. Been around for 68 years. I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Kuda, but sure, why not hear a little more? Good, Mr. Godot. But this is my 16th cup of coffee. So this is your final stand. Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor. Victor Kuda. Left hand or right hand. The boy was wearing an earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the coffee. The cup too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup with his left hand. He updated his testimony. We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye. It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers. A monitor? You mean like a television screen? The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work. HDTV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad, but they don't matter. I know what I saw, and I am telling the truth. It's true, he doesn't seem to be lying. And those are the facts in good old black and white. Okay, cross-examinations. It's reading the earpiece. Let's save it. Let's press on this one. So the victim was wearing an HMD. HD, TV, CD, DVD, what does it matter? It was none of them actually, but anyway. You are sure that he was wearing the earpiece on the same side? No question. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plans. From the opposite table, he would only have a few of the side of the victim's head. He kept fiddling with it all the time. It seems you kept an eye on Mr. Glenn. He was getting on my nerves. Rustling that newspaper and fiddling with his earpiece all the time. And then he went and made all the fuss dying from one sip of Javachino. I wanted to say to him, calm down, you young brat. Just looking at him made me suddenly speed up my seed eating, and I could have choked. So I take it the victim was a walking ball of nervous energy. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup too. The earpiece you mentioned, which hand did the victim touch it with? You're one of those people, aren't you? You're the type that uses your left hand to get things out of your right pocket. Fasten your left cuff with your right hand. And when the tour guide says on your right side, you will see the famous blah blah blah. You're the only one who deliberately looks left. Well, aren't you? No, I didn't mean. Obviously, he used the same side of his body as the earpiece was in. Okay, the comment didn't go away. He used his, okay. 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 So if he had the HMD on his left side, then it was his left hand, I guess. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. You seem very sure of yourself, Mr. Kudo. That's because I know what I saw, no matter what tricks you tried to play on me. Looks like he really did see the guy picking the cup up with his left hand. This is a dead end. Well, Nick, what do you think? I think the guy is telling the truth. Even so, something is not quite right. Then chuck evidence at him until he breaks. But if he's not lying, there wouldn't be any contradiction in his testimony, right? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. So the victim was wearing an HMD. HDTVC, what does it all matter? None of them shit. Wait. He's wearing in question, I could only see the side. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. You look at the floor plans. Oh, okay, it's on repeat now. He kept fiddling with it all the time. Oh, okay. I should show him some evidence here. I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but Mr. Kudo, there is something very strange about your observation of the victim. What? You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD. No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. Well, what did you say? You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Okay? Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right. It's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear, because he couldn't even hear in that ear. Is that true, Captain? It is. Pigeon. Oh, pretty pigeon. Oh. Order. This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind, and he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot, Arr. A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk. Captain, are you calling me a drip? This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. A mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked up with his right hand. I will never back down. I will know I'm right. The lad drank his cappuccino with his left hand. Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly, the victims used both hands. He took a sip with the cup he held in his right hand, and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw. Objection. Oh, impossible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee.
Objection!
To objections. Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. Fact still stands with one hand or the other. Mr. Ilg drank the poisoned coffee. Like this. Certainly, Mr. Goddard, that doesn't wash. The point out this testimony was to establish whether the witness memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony is given by this witness is useless. Brah! I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that! You promised old time. I'm sorry, Mr. Godo. You can't reach me from here. From there. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned. Hold it! Who's it now? Wait! This guy. We stop now. Where does that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Kudo. Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there. I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now. How was your bad memory my fault? I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there is nothing I can do. I've kept my mouth shut until now. But there is something else the court should know. What? There is more? To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark. Me? He's looking at me like I am some sort of an evil shogun.